to, because the idea of a haunted suit of armor that stands between you and the thing you're trying to get to, like, give it to me. Every time he kills one of the weather vanes on top of the hotel stops spinning.
Ah, so good.
Like, I don't know. Like 1984, it's a little bit early for all this like video game stuff to be brought over.
It does get real video game there. He starts shifting between like and sort of. It seems like this is kind of a culmination of the times where he moves around and times where the world just encroaches because he's kind of flickering back and forth between the Territories version, which is this ominous dark castle, and the real world version. I should stop saying the real world. He stopped thinking of it as the real world.
I know,
it's
right?
It's the American territories.
The American territories.
The prime material plane.
Yes. But he gets to the talisman, which is like a globe from Tron.
Okay, how big is the talisman?
Very explicitly, they say it is 3 feet across, which seems really big to me.
Yeah, I always picture for the entire rest of the book them doing all of this stuff that they're doing while carrying like a huge beach ball.
Yeah.
But it's obviously okay, I just wanted to make sure that I didn't, in multiple reads of this book, miss the point where it shrinks to a manipulatable size.
Yeah, I like the way he is wielding it like a weapon. Makes it seem like it shrinks down to be about the size of a baseball.
Yeah,
and it
keeps being described as a thing that he has in one hand. But okay,
yeah.
Again, I'm glad that I wasn't just because I thought, well, okay, I still have the same brain that I had the first time I read this. Maybe there's just something that causes me to always, my eyes just slip over the part where it shrinks.
Yeah.
But good.
It seems like it necessarily has to, because he uses it to heal people. Like, he rolls it over them, and I don't think it's like he's rolling one of those big volleyballs from gym class over them. Yeah.
Or like a yoga ball.
Right. Just, here you go, Richard, hold still. This is where we get all of the psychedelia. Like, even before he grabs it, he is falling through different versions of the world and seeing them. Just, different iterations where, different parts of this place, are underwater, or, different sequences. And when he grabs it,
there's a part of it where he's fighting the knight, and they're like in the rigging of the crow's nest of a ship.
Oh, so good.
It's such a good detail.
It's like just different genres that this could be.
This is what's happening in Pirate World.
When he grabs the talisman, a few things happen. He for a moment becomes everything. Again, because the talisman is this axle of all worlds. It contains all worlds. It is an analog to the Dark Tower itself. And it shows him basically what it is like to be a god, and he immediately rejects that.
Yeah, and this was the last way that Morgan is remaining confident that he's going to win this, and this was like the sort of kind of insurance policy idea that even if he gets in there, he will just end up, he won't be able to handle the power of the thing, and he'll be nowhere because he'll be everywhere.
Right.
And either way, we won't have to worry about it.
Right.
Which maybe almost happens.
Yeah.
He sees a googleplex of sparrows fall.
Yes. Yes. I like these descriptions and stuff. I could see how somebody could be turned off by it.
No, I liked it. It was a weird, like, oh, this is just like it's just like the child's version of a number that's too large to count,
Oh, yeah.
Like a million, billion sparrows.
Yeah, I saw jillions of sparrows just up and fall from the dang old sky. Yeah. But he rejects that. And when he takes it, just immediately this wave of retribution and reward goes across the country, touching everybody that interacted with him on his journey.
Yeah, everyone who met him and liked him was like, cool.
Yeah.
And it did it. Every enemy he had just immediately, like, explodes, self-destruct.
Like, just any propane tank that is near them explodes. If there is no propane tank near them, one walks. to get close to it and then explodes.
Yeah. If you do not have a dangerous volatile, propane core 1 will be provided to you by the talisman.
Yeah.
That was not exactly the sentence that I was trying to say, but you get that.
Yeah. But this is where the Raiders of the Lost Ark thing is. I believe.
Oh yeah, one of the guys just his face melts off, leaving only his skull.
Yeah, no, his eyes explode and then his face melts off.
Melts off like wax.
Yeah.
And,
Good job, guys. I liked this because to me it just evokes one of my favorite things from the expanded version of the Stand, the no great loss section, which is just straight up said here. Like, he just says, like, oh, no great loss. I'm like, okay, yeah. This is before that edition was released, but again, these ideas are here and they pop up elsewhere. And so Jack, he's got this now. He has this, world within all worlds. And he uses it to heal Richard. And this leads to this big final confrontation on an earthquake-torn beach. Everything has, most of the other enemies, most of the minions have been dispatched by the earthquake. So it is just Jack and Sunlight and Richard / Morgan Sloat.
yeah, and Sunlight gets dispatched pretty readily.
Oh yeah. Because the talisman catches the glint off of his sniper rifle scope and then sends it back at him, causing his gun to explode, which is a good. It's a good bit of irony for his nickname. I like the fight with Morgan quite a bit, both Morgan Sloat and Morgan Orris. Because Morgan has bit his own tongue off, like just he's bit. He puts his thumbs in his ears and goes like blah, 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 at Jack, but he's so mad while he's doing this stupid thing that he bites the end of his tongue off. Yeah. Incredibly good. But Morgan is kind of like flipping back and forth between worlds and between being Morgan and Boris, and he is doing this in order to freak Jack out. So Morgan is going away in our world, and it seems like he's teleporting everywhere. No, he's just flipping back and forth between realities, and the time dilation makes it seem like that, or the distance dilation makes it seem like that. So Jack flips over and uses the talisman to deal with Morgan of Horus and his lightning rod key, what have you.
Yeah, that was it. I don't know that we mentioned that, but there's a scene described where Sloat in the real world is just at a thrift store in some random town and sees a tin soldier, and he buys it for some reason because he thinks that the key in its back is important.
Yeah.
And the key turns out to be a magic wand that shoots lightning bolts. Just very video gamey.
Yes.
Kind of.
Yeah, and incredibly D&D.
Also, it's just described as a lightning rod, which that phrase already means something, and it's not this.
Exactly. A lightning wand? A wand would make sense. Yeah, no, they're just like, and they say like, oh, it comes to a point as if the shape of a lightning rod. Like, yeah. But Morgan's down. Like, they've got the talisman. It's good. And they get to rescue Speedy, and they flip over the territories to meet Parkus, who looks like a younger brother of Speedy, who gives basically more exposition. I can't remember, is there anything important that happens here, aside from just like, hey, good job on your quest?
He tells him where to go next.
Yeah.
To meet their ride, basically, and says, I'd come with you, but I've got a bunch of people to go kill.
Yeah.
before they get wind of the fact that Morgan's dead and the hills.
Right. Before they go to ground. Yeah.
Because he tells them that Speedy Parker is not gonna die for quite a while yet, so that's nice.
That's good. Yeah, Speedy's a good guy. I believe in Black House, Parkus is retconned to being a gunslinger.